Right then folks, Greeno here. Where am I today? Well, I am in the lobby of the Celtic Manor Hotel, just outside of Newport. 5-star resort hotel, golf course, spa, all that kind of stuff. They held the Ryder Cup here in 2010. Very, very famous hotel around these parts. Now, this is the second video I filmed here. You may have seen the one where I filmed the evening meal that I had at the grill. Today, we're going for breakfast. Now that is actually held within the hotel here in a restaurant called the Olive Tree, which is kind of like a buffet restaurant they have in the evenings here. Probably going to be a buffet kind of style breakfast, I would guess. Anyway, I'm hoping for good things. Definitely hoping for better than I had last night at the at the grill, that's for sure. Let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? Right then folks, so I am in the breakfast room now. Basically, you can come in and choose to sit wherever you like as soon as you've checked in, kind of thing. Quite a big space in here and quite nicely appointed. Nice marble tables. Tables are well spaced out, so you're not on top of each other like you are in some hotel breakfasts. There's also a big conservatory area by the looks of it, which they're probably using. They're a little bit busier. Doesn't seem to be that busy just yet this morning. I'm down here pretty early. So, got myself a coffee to start the day. I went with a flat white and then shoved another espresso into it. That should perk me up a little bit this morning. The coffee and whatever and tea is only done from a machine here, which surprises me a little bit for a 5-star joint. You might expect to get a nice pot of tea or something, or a pot of coffee, but no, it's all done through machines. It's pretty average coffee, if I'm honest. Now, they've got a nice selection of breakfast stuff up there. I had a little look through it as I was making my way over to my table. The usual kind of cold meats, cheese, fruits, yogurts, that kind of thing, and then obviously a good hot selection too, and some nice pastries and the like. So I'm going to start off with something a little bit lighter to start with. We'll go with the sort of cold meat cheese kind of thing. Then we'll get a little hot plate, shall we? Let's go and see what I can get. Right, folks, I've been up and got my first little selection here. A little bit strange, all the plates up there are warm, so even if you're putting the cold stuff on there, it's going onto a warm plate. A little bit unusual. What have we got here? So, I've got a little bit of smoked salmon, a little bit of what seems to be prosciutto or parma ham or something, some salami, a slice of cheese, a couple of bits of different melons here, and apparently someone's playing a drinking game every time I say this word, so we have cornichon. So, again, a little bit strange. No kind of bread rolls or anything up there that would go with this. They have toast, which is to go with the breakfast, and then they have a load of sweet pastries, but nothing that really seems to go with this. I got myself a juice too, apple juice. I always seem to like apple juice in a hotel. Never really picked the orange one or whatever, and it always comes in these weird little thimble-sized glasses, doesn't it? Right, let's give these things a try. We'll start with the cheese. Just a regular kind of, it looks sort of Emmentaler, I guess. Bog standard hotel breakfast cheese. Yeah, Emmental. Tasty enough. Moving on to the salami, which does look very nice. Little flecks of peppercorn in there. That's reasonably tasty. Try the ham. Now this looks nice, the ham. Really nice and dry, if you know what I mean. When you have these cured hams, you don't want it to be all like soggy. That does have a good flavour actually. Let's try that with a bit of this melon. Of course, you know, parma ham and melon. Classic kind of 70s type starter, isn't it? The melon is lovely and fresh, lovely and crunchy. Same for the watermelon there. And let's see how this salmon is. That's very nice actually. Quite quite thickly sliced, which I like, gives it a bit more texture. Overall, a very nice start to the breakfast. I'm going to polish this off, then I'll head over and grab something from the hot selection. Enjoying this though. Okay then folks, I've been up and got myself a hot breakfast now. Quite a nice selection of things up there. What have I put on my plate here? Well, we've got a sausage here, and it's a monster of a sausage. Look at this. It's huge. We've got a piece of bacon here, which looks pretty nicely cooked. I think it's been cooked in an oven. We've got some leek and potato here. Nice little Welsh twist to the breakfast. Fried egg, a little bit of scrambled egg, a tomato, and some black pudding, which interestingly enough is not in a sort of normal black pudding form. It's more like a sort of crumble kind of thing. And we've got a slice of toast here. So we'll get some butter on that toast first. The butter here is already on the table and it's served on this nice little slate. So that's a good idea, because obviously it kind of gets up to room temperature, makes it a bit easier to spread onto your toast. I have got some brown sauce here, comes in these nice little jars. Those sachets here. Yeah, looks rather nice. So, sausage first. Cut into the middle of it, and we'll see how it looks inside. It does look kind of like a Cumberland sausage to me, as if it's got some pepper inside. There we go. Nice, really meaty smell to it, and peppery smell too. That's very tasty. Really, really kind of coarsely ground meat in there. Nice peppery hit, a bit of brown sauce. It's very sweet brown sauce, that. A little unusual, but not completely unpleasant. Let's move on to this black pudding now. And like I say, it's come served in almost like this sort of crumble kind of form. Got barley in it. Very mild flavour. Not a lot of seasoning to it. I'm not sure about the barley element to it, to be honest. A little unusual. And the flavour just takes over everything. Onto this bacon. Now, as you can see here, quite nicely cooked, but it does look like it's been done in an oven on a sheet tray. So, the fat though is at least crisp up. Again, not the most flavoursome bacon I've ever had. But it's nice enough, it's a nice thick slice. Really not sure about that brown sauce. Just a bit too sweet. Okay, let's try this tomato. Now, regular viewers will know I'm pretty fussy about tomatoes on a breakfast. They've got to be cooked all the way through. Otherwise it's just like having a bit of salad, isn't it? And this one has, that's very tasty. A little sprinkle of oregano over the top. Really helps to enhance the flavour. I like that. So, leek and potato. Who ever thought of leeks on a breakfast? Rather nice though. Much better than getting a hash brown, that's for sure. I quite like that sort of mild oniony flavour of that. Very good. Scrambled egg. A hotel scrambled egg is a bit of a minefield, isn't it? Well, this is pretty good. It's quite light and fluffy. None of that liquid coming out when it's been slightly overcooked. Yeah. Impressive. Fried egg is a bit strange looking. It is perfectly circular. And it almost looks sort of like a joke shop egg. But, in fairness, it's very runny. Possibly a little bit runny in the white as well though. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Let's give it a taste. Get a bit with the white and the yolk. Perfectly tasty enough. The toast is just white toast. Quite a nice looking loaf, but just out of a sliced loaf. Toasted nicely, and they do that for you rather than making you stand by one of those infernal machines. That the first time you pop it through, barely warms the bread. The second time you pop it through, almost causes some kind of thermonuclear incident. Right, I'm going to crack on and eat this, and then we might even have a little look at some of the pastry selection. Not perfect, but not bad. Okay, so I've been up and had a little look at the pastry selection. A really nice selection there. Obviously, you have your bog standard, croissants and pain au chocolat. They were presented nicely, a little dusting of icing sugar on. Apricot crowns, cinnamon swirls, lots of different things. Muffins. I picked two options though. I've gone for a vanilla crown, so it's kind of like a croissant dough with a little vanilla custard on there and some nuts, and a local speciality, the Welsh cake. I love a Welsh cake. Basically, it's kind of like a little sort of drop scone, almost like a sort of biscuit with little raisins in and whatever, and then dusted with granulated sugar or caster sugar. So it kind of gives a little bit more of a crunchy sugar element to it. Try the vanilla crown first. A nice little bit of crisp where it's been baked here, but soft and gooey in the middle with that custard. The nuts on the top there, just finely shaped hazelnuts, I think. Gives a little textural element, tiny little bit of crunch, and a nice little bit of flavour. That's very pleasant. The Welsh cake's what it's all about for me, though. And I think these do kind of look like they've been made on site. They're kind of rustic enough looking, or they've had a bakery make them up anyway. Wow, that's really tasty. The little raisins in there, and quite an intense flavour. The texture of it is a lot like a scone, or scone if you're posh. And then you've got that nice, really sort of sugary, sweet element to it. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to finish up my coffee and my juice now. And we'll head back out into the lobby afterwards and sum everything up. Right then, folks, so what did I make of that breakfast overall? It was pretty good. One thing that was a little bit surprising to me, we're in a 5-star hotel and they've only got coffee machines, not serving brilliant coffee. That was a little bit of a letdown. You expect a little bit more of a service element, don't you, when you're in a luxury resort. The cold selection I thought was good, although again a bit of a surprise they didn't have any cold plates, only warm plates. So you put your cheese on there and whatever and it's warming up, a little bit strange. But the quality of the produce was very, very nice. Enjoyed the freshness of the fruit. The salmon was probably the best item on there. Moving on to the hot breakfast, again, reasonably impressed. The sausage was delicious, really, really good. The bacon was okay, it was a little bland as bacon goes. The scrambled egg, very good. The tomato, probably the star of the show, to be honest, which is a bit odd, isn't it? The black pudding, a bit of a missed opportunity there for me. I think I tried to be a bit too clever with it. Didn't need all that barley in it, didn't need to just be sort of deconstructed. Just cook some slices of black pudding. The leek and potato hash, of course. That was actually pretty good. I liked that. I liked the little oniony element, and definitely an improvement on hash browns. So yeah, not bad as the hot breakfast stuff goes. There was a little station where you could get eggs cooked in a different way if you wanted. I saw a lady order some poached eggs, so that is an option here. The pastry selection was very, very good. Lots of different options there. Like I said, croissant, pain au chocolat, various different kind of crowns, and the Welsh cake, of course. Now, I had the vanilla crown, which was very, very tasty, nicely cooked, nice and crispy on the outside, gooey in the middle, very tasty. The Welsh cake was great, though. God, I mean, you can buy them in the supermarkets down near where I live, but they're nowhere near as good as getting a proper one. That was really, really tasty. As for the room itself and the staff, the room, I like it. I like it. It's nicely set up. Tables are nicely spaced apart. No issue there whatsoever. And the staff were very, very friendly, buzzing around. Obviously, they're not doing an awful lot apart from clearing tables and the like, but they were very polite, very well presented. So yeah, what do I think of it overall? I think there's one or two missed opportunities in amongst it. Should be a bit more personal service, I think, in a place like this. But I think it's a good 3.8, 3.9 out of 5 maybe? Maybe 3.8. We'll give it a 3.8 out of 5. So, does it get Greeno's green light? Well, as part of the deal here, I got breakfast as part of my room rate. And I'm staying here on a midweek night in February. So it's not peak season, not full of golfers or anything like that. The hotel doesn't appear to be that busy. So I got it at a reasonable rate. As part of that deal, I think it's fine. I think if you just come here and order the breakfast as a standalone item, or if you add it onto your room afterwards, it's about £20. Is that a fair price? Well, I think so. In a place like this, I think that's about fair. You go into a lot of hotels up in London, even sort of 3-4 star ones, and the breakfast is at least that much, if not more. Yeah, so I think that's kind of fair enough price-wise. Again, it's because it's a buffet, all you can eat. So if you really want to come in and pig out and set yourself up for the day, you can. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Question is, does it get Greeno's green light? It's kind of borderline, isn't it, between amber and green, but I think just about gets the green light. There are enough nice things in there, and again, the bits that aren't so great, don't eat them. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, so you don't have to pick the bits that aren't for you. Yeah, it's not bad. Happy enough with it. Right then, folks, if you've enjoyed this video, looking at the breakfast here at the Celtic Manor Hotel, served in their olive tree restaurant, buffet style, don't forget to click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you've enjoyed this video, I've got a whole playlist of breakfast stuff and loads of other videos, so dig around the vault and see what else you like. Why not consider subscribing, ding your bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Right, where to next? I think we're going to have to head back over the bridge to England. Not exactly sure where yet, though. You'll have to find out next time. I'll see you then.